Hello everyone, this side Manish Guliani. I hope you all are doing well. In this video, I am going to explain some new basic financial terms. Today's morning, I also uploaded one video on the topic of financial awareness. In that video, I explained some basic terms related to finance. So it is a second part of that video. In this video, I will explain some new terms related to finance. So let's discuss. These are the basic financial terms which I am going to explain in this video. First is bottom line, second one is market capitalization, third one is blue chip company, fourth one is retained earnings, fifth one is debt to GDP ratio, sixth is head and shoulders, seventh is helicopter money, eight is bank run, ninth is initial public offer, means your IPO, and tenth is opportunity cost. So let's discuss one by one. First is bottom line. I hope in corporate, in business sector, you have heard this term bottom line, top line. So what is bottom line, top line? These are two of the most important figures on the company's income statement. So bottom line simply means, bottom line in a business is a company's net income. Means you can define the bottom line as the company's profit after deducting all expenses. All expenses means direct labor expenses, direct material expenses, fixed overhead expenses, administrative expenses, interest charged on loan, depreciation expenses, amortization expenses, taxes. Means you have to less all expenses from your income. So whatever income you obtain, that's called your bottom line. Means net profit, that's the other names of bottom line. So bottom line simply means it's a company earning profit, net income, earning per share, but after deducting all expenses. Clear? So that's the meaning of bottom line. Now the question arises, what is then top line? What's the meaning of top line? Top line simply means that top line is a company's gross revenue, total sale, means before deducting any expenses. When you deduct all expenses from the top line, that's called your bottom line, means net profit after tax, after all expenses. So that's the meaning of bottom line. Clear? I am also explaining some ways by which you can increase your bottom line or top line. Suppose if you want to increase your top line means your total profit, gross revenue. So there are some ways which a company using to increase their top lines profit, like increasing advertising to gain new customers, adding new product lines, raising price, improving product quality to establish your brand image, reduce return sales. So these are some way by which you can increase your top line, means your total profit. There are also some ways to increase your bottom line profit, like cut down the cost of material, cut down the cost of labor, means you have to increase your cost, improving manufacturing productivity, reducing operating expenses, taking better advantage of tax benefit, means charging more and more depreciation. As you know, it's a non-cash expenditure. So by this way you can increase your net profit, means net bottom line profit, means after deducting all expenses from the top line. Is there any problem in the meaning of bottom line and top line? Still, if you face any problem, kindly put your query in the comment box. I will definitely reply. Second term, market capitalization. Now, what is market capitalization? Market capitalization simply means it is the aggregate valuation of the company. Means it is a sum total of company based on its current share price. कि whatever share price prevailing in the market on that time. So market capitalization is the aggregate valuation of the company based on its current share price and total number of outstanding stocks. Outstanding stock means outstanding share. So it is calculated by multiplying the current market price of the company shares with the total outstanding shares of the company. You obtain the value of market capitalization. For example, let me explain with the help of example. For instance, a company has 20 million outstanding shares and the current market price of each share is 100. Then the market capitalization simply means total outstanding shares, total shares multiplied by current market price. So total outstanding shares 20 millions multiplied into current market price is 100. So 200 crore is a market capitalization value. Means market capitalization simply means aggregate valuation of company based on its current share price and the total number of outstanding stocks plus existing stocks. Clear? Now, next one is blue chip companies. Blue chip company. First of all, I will tell you the term blue chip comes from the game of poker where blue chips are the highest value pieces. Now, what do you mean by blue chip companies? Blue chip companies simply means a company must be well known, well established, well capitalized to be a blue chip. In the investment world, a blue chip company is well known, well established, well capitalized. If all three features having any company, that company is known as blue chip company. So there such a company is considered to be leading company in its sector, means producing dominant goods and services. So blue chip companies are usually better prepared to survive during adverse situation, during economic downturns, due to their consistent revenue, stable growth over time. So these are often household names to a general public rather than just investors. So that companies are known as blue chip companies. Those who are well known, well established, well capitalized, means consistent in their income, easily face adverse situation, economic downturns. So that companies with all those companies are known as blue chip company. Like in this picture, you can see the example of blue chip company like HDFC Bank, Tata, Reliance. So these are the blue chip companies. Clear? Is there any problem in the meaning of blue chip companies? So in simple words, those companies who are well known, well established, well capitalized in their income, consistent growth, revenue, easily face any adverse situation. So those companies known as blue chip companies. Next is retained earning. This term you have heard in accounts, financial management, corporate finance. Most of the time you have heard this term. Mostly you have heard in the chapter of dividend decision. So what is retained earning? Retained earning simply means that part of profit which is not distributed among your shareholders. Means that you have to retain in your business for all time. So that part is known as retained earning. Means that part of profit which is not distributed as a dividend to your shareholders, means that you have to retain in business for the uh, future opportunities, facing the adverse situation. Some part you have to retain, so that part is known as retained earning. Clear? Next one is, now next concept is debt to GDP ratio. As per the name said, debt to GDP ratio means this ratio defines the relationship between debt of a country and GDP of the country. So the formula of this ratio, debt divided by GDP of that country. So one thing keep in mind, higher ratio means a country is not producing enough to pay off its debt, and low ratio means there's a plenty of economic output to make the payment. Means let me explain with the help of example to simplify this concept. Have you seen Nayak movie? नायक मूवी जिसमें अनिल कपूर था, वन डे सीएम। उस मूवी में अनिल कपूर ने एक डायलॉग बोला था कि आज भी इंडिया में वर्ल्ड बैंक और आईएमएफ को पे करने के लिए, उनका इंटरेस्ट पे करने के लिए हमें दूसरी कंट्री से इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे लोन लेना पड़ता है। तो मीन्स इट मीन्स आवर डेट टू जीडीपी रेशियो इज पुअर, means we are struggling to pay our debts, on the reason being our GDP is so low, I can't pay our debt. सो जितना रेशियो हाई आएगा इट्स द इंडिकेशन ऑफ बैकवर्डनेस, और जितना रेशियो लो आएगा उतना अच्छा। सो वन थिंग कीप इन माइंड, डेट टू जीडीपी रेशियो always expressed as a percentage. So this ratio can also be interpreted as a number of years needed to pay back debt if GDP is dedicated entirely to debt repayment. If country is able to continue paying its interest on its debt without refinancing, without hampering economic growth, then it's considered to be stable country. Clear? And vice versa. So that's called debt to GDP ratio. Next concept is head and shoulders. What do you mean by head and shoulders? Head and shoulder, this term you have heard in technical analysis, means security analysis. So head and shoulder is one of the most popular chart pattern widely used by the investors, traders to determine market trend. Means it is one of the indicator by which you measure the market trend of your securities. So mostly used by investor traders. So such a formation usually occurs on the technical chart of a stock index when the same in the process of reversing an ongoing trend. You can say so. This pattern is occur on the chart when the stock price hits its peak point and declines thereafter. As you can see in the chart, कि firstly stock price increases, then decline. After again it increases. So in this chart, we study कि firstly this pattern occurs on the chart when the stock price hits its peak, decline thereafter, then the price rise above the previous peak. As you can see, previous peak point is this. Then price rise above the previous peak and then decline. And finally it rise again. But not as high as the second peak. Second peak is this one. Not as high as the second peak and decline from that point. So here the middle peak forms the head. Middle peak is this, and the peak on the either side create the shoulders. So this is called head and shoulder. Okay, this is the most important key indicator to determine market trends on the basis of your prices up and down. So mostly used by investor traders to determine market trend. Clear? So in this chart, this pattern occurs on the chart when the stock price hits its peak and declines thereafter. Then price rises again above the previous peak and then declines, or finally it rises again but not as high as you can see in the chart, as you can see in the given picture, and not as high as the second peak, then declines from that point. So here the middle peak forms the head and the peak on the either side create the shoulder. Clear? Next is helicopter money. Helicopter money simply means when in your economy recession is going, bear market, situation of bear market is there, company earning losses, economy in losses. On that time, central government request to RBI to issue new currency, provide currency to general public. So that money is known as helicopter money. It means this term is used for the last sum of new money that is printed and distributed among the public to simulate the economy during a recession time when interest rate falls to zero, when income decreases, when bear market and recession, downward economic going in a downward state, then center government request to RBI to issue new currency to the public, provide currency to the public so that economic development will move upward. So that's currency is known as helicopter money. Clear? Next point, bank run. It simply means you can say the state of insolvency when every person, you can say, so bank run as per the name says ki it is situation when large number of customers, majority of customers of the bank, अगर financial institution withdraw the money, withdraw their deposits simultaneously with the fear in their mind कि that bank is going to be bankrupt in near future. So that situation is known as that stage is known as bank run. When everyone withdraw their money from the bank with the fear that this bank will insolvent in near future in a couple of days. So that situation is known as bank run. Clear? Next point. Initial public offer means your IPO. As you know, IPO means simply means an act of offering the stock of company on a public stock exchange for the first time. Means your primary market when company issues first time securities to the market. So IPO means simply means an act of offering the stock of a company on a public stock exchange for the first time. So IPO is the process by which a private company can go public by sale of its stock to general public. Clear, it could be any new firm, young company, and old company which decide to be listed on an exchange and hence goes public. So by this way, means you can say company can raise equity capital with the help of an IPO by issuing new shares to the public or to the existing shareholders. Then they can sell their shares to public without raising any fresh capital. The company which offered shares known as issuer, so does so with the help of investment banks after IPO. The company shares are traded in an open market. So those shares can be further sold by investors through secondary market trading. So this is the process of IPO. In simple language, IPO simply means it is act of offering the stock of company on a public stock exchange for the first time. Means it is a process by which a private company can go public by sale of its stocks to general public. It could be any new firm, young firm, any old firm which decide to be listed on stock exchange and hence goes public. So that's the meaning of IPO. Last term, opportunity cost. And in IPO, I must tell you something. Reliance. Have you heard the news of when Reliance launches IPO? It's the world highest, largest IPO, means 57,000 crore. It's the world largest IPO. If you have heard in a news, Reliance launched its IPO. The cost is 57,000 crore. It's world largest IPO. Last one is opportunity cost. Next one is opportunity cost. Last concept, I don't think so I have to explain this concept. Everyone knows this concept. What is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost simply means sacrificing cost for next best alternate. That's called opportunity cost. Means simply means represent the benefits of an individual investor business miss out or when choosing one alternate over another alternate. So that's the meaning of opportunity cost, sacrificing cost, foregone cost, so for choosing next best alternate. So that's the meaning of opportunity cost. So that's all. If you face any problem in any concept, kindly let me know in comment section. Definitely I will reply. Thank you so much. Happy learning. If you like my video, kindly subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.